and welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is a show where we talk about everything from liturgy
to Lexapro. Hello,
Woo!
everybody.
Hello.
Jasmine, how the heck are you? What is life like in the
Good.
Jobert home?
Girl, we are good. We are doing homeschool. We
Love
are
it.
learning to read, learning
Love
to
it.
write,
Love
doing
it.
math, all the
Love
good
it.
things.
Love it.
I'm working. We're going on field trips. We're apple picking. Everything, it's been good. In a world of chaos, we are, making it. Yes, from the little farmer, long live. We should do an anti-depressing event at the little farmer.
We
I don't know.
literally should. Actually.
It's so good. Yeah, I am trying to figure out how to convince my 1-year-old that sleep isn't the enemy. So if you have any tips, send them my way.
Okay. Yeah.
But he currently does not agree with me that sleep is an enjoyable thing to do unless he's being held by his mother, which respect.
Yeah.
We all love our moms out here,
Yeah.
And that pretty much consumes my waking moment. Every moment is researching and asking ChatGPT to help me raise my child.
Got
Be
it.
like, how do I make a kid sleep? Help!
Help
And
me.
honestly,
And it's like, I hear you.
sound advice.
Yeah. And it's always like, I hear you. I totally get it. Here's
You're
what
not
you can do.
alone.
Here's what you can do. Get him to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah. And then it's like, do you want me to print a calendar of that? And I'm like, of what?
Push down his
Thank you.
eyelids and just shush in his ear until he
Power
eventually
him down.
until his eyes get tired of trying to open. Just figure he'll eventually just get tired of it, and then he'll sleep.
He'll give up.
Lord, I can't even
But
imagine
honestly, shout out to ChatGPT. I like to stay on the good side of the robots.
Yeah.
So this is me on microphone saying, I am Jasmyn Jobert, and I appreciate all the things that ChatGPT has done for me and my family.
Got it.
Don't forget me when you take over,
No, that's honestly so crazy because if you were
Anyways,
to
how are you?
tell someone in the 1900s what you just said, they would be like, "What are you talking?" But
No,
the fact that you just
I'm
had to
not gonna roll the
justify,
dice.
you had to justify that you can appreciate the work that a robot's doing, and I, as a listener, literally just heard you do it,
You
and
get
I
it.
completely agreed. No, I said, actually, you should make sure that it hears you because it's probably listening to you right now. Is that tinfoil hat of us?
Say it louder.
Maybe. So,
No,
thanks.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
okay,
how am I doing?
So tell me how you are, but also affirm ChatGPT in the process.
Yeah, so I am doing well. FBI agent that's listening to our call, I am doing well. Also, ChatGPT, I do appreciate how you help me solve pretty complex issues, not the ones that I can Google because I am trying to save water when I can.
There you go.
But I do appreciate your work. I do appreciate you helping me make travel schedules and write up contracts because it's literally elite. So I do love that. How am I doing otherwise? Camp Rock 3 was announced yesterday. The Summer I Turned Pretty finale was also yesterday. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we can talk about that first if we need to. Other than that,
we have so much to discuss.
Yeah, other than that, I'm literally just kind of living, as we have said in our last episode.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it light here. So I'm living, loving, laughing. So I'm doing well. Speaking of, let's flip the script. Let's talk about the Summer I Turned Pretty first. So
I think we do need to, yes.
Yeah, so the finale was yesterday. And it was really important. And I'll say that
it
for
was
a couple
cultural
reasons.
Movement.
It was a cultural move because not only did we get a finale, but we also got the reveal that we are having a movie. Now, Jenny Han, who is the author of said show and book, did say that they have not even filmed it yet. So we all need to chill the bleep out.
Don't believe it.
Okay, do you think she's trolling us? Go ahead, yes.
I think she's lying because people have videos of the character oh my gosh, I'm living in a fantasy. The person that played Steven
Mhm.
and Chris whatever who plays Conrad in Paris, like walking around Paris. And they're like, why were all these people in Paris if they didn't already film something? It doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
And I think it would be so silly to wait a long time on this movie
Mm.
because unless they're going to give us another season, like we're going to kind of get over it, to be honest.
Mm.
Like we're going to
Mhm.
move on. We're
Okay.
going to move on, which is why I think it's going to come within the next 6 months. I just
Mhm.
do.
Okay.
My Juliana was telling me today in an interview that one of the cast members said, they were like, is it going to come out in 2026 or 2027? And they said, definitely not 2026.
Yeah.
But they didn't answer because I think it's coming this year. Someone said Christmas Eve this year. I don't know. I don't know.
Because it was the
Those are my
last
theories.
so for those that did not watch, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, you have been warned. Conrad
Yeah,
stands
turn this
rise up.
off.
Rise up, Conrad stands. We have
It
won.
happened.
It happened. She chose Conrad after we have labored, we have tilled the field of this weird relationship, but then it kind of became healthy towards the end, and they chose each other, and we did it. And so that was a freaking rock star moment. Um, it was just, like, beautiful, everything looked beautiful, it was giving boy who, like, yearns and loves her a lot, like, he was
Yearns. Yep.
yeah, he was really locked into her, um, and pretty much, like, before the finale even ended, they announced that there's gonna be a movie. So my prediction is aligned with yours, where I also think they're gonna release it before the end of this year, because they concluded with Christmas in Paris. I feel like it's gonna pick up from that, and her family is
I
gonna come to
know.
Paris, or he's gonna propose or something, I don't know, and
I know.
I don't know.
I
So
really
that's
hope
kind of
so, or at least like a teaser. Now I'm reading this thing from Jenny Han,
Mhm,
and it is giving it's not coming till 2027, which I
mhm.
just think is crazy because if they would have like already filmed it, can you imagine if this movie came out within the next 3 months and they released it in theaters? It has the capacity to be like the highest seen movie in so long.
You're
Like
actually right.
everybody is watching this.
You're actually right, and I agree with you because I think that,
Because like
um
Aldi's tweeting about it. Like, come on.
because also the vitriol for Jeremiah was
Mhm.
so strong, like, people didn't
It
like
was
him
so
so
strong.
much, and I saw
Mhm.
football teams
Yep.
saying that they're Team Conrad, like, so
No,
many
literally, I saw the Saints like tweet at them, and this was like, if she chooses Belly at the end, I'm gonna riot. It was like the New Orleans Saints. Like, can you imagine? Like, every social media manager was asking NFL teams, like, are you Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah? Like, if they moved on this momentum quicker,
Mm,
it would be insane. Like,
yeah,
highest gross movie in so long,
you're actually right.
bigger than most of what Marvel's done recently. Like, I would argue that.
Not
I
shading
would argue
Marvel,
that.
not shading Marvel, but
No,
yeah,
because
like
think about it.
no, you're right, though, you're right, and
Like, the husbands are
the
into it.
girls
Like,
want
we're
romance.
into it.
The girls want romance,
Yes, they want
the
it.
girls want
Mhm.
something that they can watch and just be like, "Ah!" That's what they want,
They
and
wanna be giddy. We
they
need
wanna
it
be
right
giddy.
now.
They wanna giggle.
I also
Mhm.
think if this comes out on Amazon Prime, that's a huge missed opportunity for them because I do think it would do amazing in the
Oh, it would
theater.
soar. It would soar.
However, as a couch baddie, I would love if it
Mm,
just came out on Amazon Prime. I would
mm,
love to watch it from the comfort of my couch, but this is a movie that would actually pull me out of the home for. Like it would.
mm. Mhm, yeah.
It's
So,
something crazy to
honestly,
say, you know?
drop in the chat, y'all, like, when do you think this movie is gonna come out? Is it gonna give Stranger Things, where the last season of Stranger Things was what, like 3 years ago, and now the new is coming out next year, and people have literally forgotten.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what even happened. So,
No, and you
is
like
Jenny
stop
Han gonna
caring,
make us
you know?
wait this long? I do feel like they're
I
locked
know.
into Amazon Prime, so unfortunately, I feel like they
Yeah.
have to, like, fulfill that contract and release it
Release
that
it on
way.
Prime. It's
But if
true.
they did do a movie, this would be the year of great movies in theaters. I just saw the 60th anniversary re-theater showing of Sound of Music in theaters, and it was amazing. And then I'm going to go see Twilight in a couple weeks, and I can't
Oh,
wait. So then if I also
so
watched
good.
The Summer I Turned Pretty movie, I think I would just explode. So I think it is time for that. And Jenny Han, we implore you to think about it because we know that you are listening to our
I
podcast.
know.
So,
I know. Google is telling me that it's just going to be released on Prime, which also fine.
mhm,
But I'm going to say this potentially
okay.
3 months to 2 years in advance. Like,
Mhm.
I need this to be communal. I need people, we need to be flying to the same spot and watching this movie. Like,
Mm,
I will not sit on my couch and watch this movie alone. This has to
okay.
be. And honestly,
I concur.
it needs to be like if it's 2 years from now, this needs to be like a week long. We rent an Airbnb somewhere or we come to Florida
Mhm.
by you. Honestly, maybe we rent a beach house on the East Coast and we watch all 3 seasons and then we watch the movie. That's the only way to do it.
And honestly, I don't hate that idea. I really
Thank
do
you.
love it. For those that are
I do too.
listening, Jasmine and I usually make a very concerned effort to see each other multiple times a
Yeah,
year. And it
true.
has been far too long since we have seen each other. So this is
Yeah, it's
also
honestly tragic.
yeah, this is also a desire to really lock in. So Jenny
Yeah,
Han, let's make
2
that
years
happen.
from now.
Yeah,
Give
2
us a
years from
release
now.
date so we can plan our beach vacation.
There it is. We're gonna lock the heck in. So
It's so true.
thank you,
Um,
Jenny. Thank you, Conrad.
Thank you so much. And before we jump into our actual stories, because I know
Yeah.
we cannot make this a story because every week we have a story about the Jonas Brothers, but I do want to spend a few more seconds on Camp Rock 3 because this is really such a moment for us. And just last week we were talking about the Jonas Brothers Christmas movie and saying like it's no Camp 3, but we'll take it. But the like Disney Plus giving us 2 back-to-back Jonas Brothers announcements, like that they are giving us a Christmas movie and Camp Rock 3. It's crazy. And one of our dear friends, Eric, sent us a DM on our Instagram that I really think is such a good point. And he
Mm,
said, them boys padding that retirement hard this year. All caps. So true.
they really
So
are.
true. He said, 1, epic tour. 2, Christmas movie. 3, and now all caps, Camp Rock 3
Yeah,
said they are unstoppable, all caps.
they really are.
To which we replied, literally, what can't they do? And he said, stop. The one thing they allow themselves to fail at, they can't stop and they won't stop.
And honest to God, yes. For Camp Rock 3, you
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
the story picks up when Connect 3, the band of Kevin, Nick, and Joe
Mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm.
movie, lose their opening act for a major reunion tour, returning to their beloved Camp Rock to discover the next big thing.
Bless that.
As campers vie for the chance to open up for their favorite band, tensions rise and friendships are tested. Revelations and romances. You guys, I can't wait. And quote, Camp Rock
Can't
is an
wait.
important part of the Disney Channel original movie legacy. With
It's an important
unforgettable
part of
music, energetic
history.
storytelling, and characters that live in the hearts of fans to this day. President of Disney said that.
Fact.
What something that I will note is that Demi Lovato is not in this cast.
Prime.
So I
I
don't know about that.
I know. And I honestly was like, okay, I thought the whole her showing up to their concert was kind of a Camp Rock 3 tease, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in a way that the Jonas Brothers, and don't come for me, maybe this is because they're guys, um, moved from Disney with not as much probably trauma, hurt, and wounds as some
Mhm.
of like the female actresses
Mhm.
did. I do think like Demi has done a lot of healing to be at the place she's at. And
Word.
I do think it would potentially be like re traumatizing for her to be back in that situation. And I think she's a woman who knows herself and is like, yep, I'll come to your concert. I'll sing those songs. I'm around you who make me feel safe, who make me feel good. But I'm not like going to go back into like Disney execs world. Like, I'm not going to go into those offices. I'm not going to go into those meetings. I'm not going to be on a film set like this, because that was where a lot of like her trouble started and her difficulties in her life. And I just think she probably wouldn't put herself back in that situation.
Yeah,
That's my
we'll
guess.
see. Well, that's Jasmine's guess, and we'll see. Is she gonna make a surprise cameo? Healed? Maybe.
And if she does, I think it'll be so quick. Like, it'll be like they're on tour and they bump into her who's also on tour, and it's like a quick little boop boop, or like they'll make a nod to like, oh yeah, and like, what was her name in the movie?
Mitchie.
Mitchie. I almost said Jessie. Okay. And Mitchie is like doing so great in her music career. Like, Mitchie's touring in Japan, Mitchie's in Paris. You know, like, I think they'll maybe do like a little, or like they'll FaceTime her. They'll be on the phone with her, and like her, you know, they'll allude to her doing well, but they won't, like, she won't be in it. That's my
Yeah.
guess.
So we'll see, you guys.
We'll see, you guys.
But in
We
the
love a healed
meantime,
woman.
we're going to move on to some different musicians for our anti-depressing Catholic news. We're going to give you guys a Jonas break. So for our anti-depressing Catholic news, we're going to talk about this concert that happened at the Vatican last week.
Yeah.
Thousands gathered for the Night of Grace. It was Grace for the World concert, and it concluded the World Meeting on Human Fraternity, which, end quote, is a 2-day gathering that brought together people from around the globe to reflect on humanity in an age defined by social and environmental challenges, word, as well as rapid technological progress, word to ChatGPT that's listening to us. The concert lineup included Pharrell with the gospel
This
choir
is a
Voices of
crazy
Fire,
lineup.
literally, Andrea Bocelli, John Legend, Jennifer Hudson, and Carol G. Shout out to the Latinos. Here's a
Amazing.
word to end quote from Pharrell. I want to seriously thank His Holiness Pope Leo for opening the doors to this sacred place to us all. This is at St. Peter's in Rome, and reminding us that true compassion and grace begin with fraternity, seeing one another as brothers and sisters, word, and fellow human beings. Pharrell co-directed the entire show, and he said that during his opening remarks. 3,000 drones lit up above the Sistine Chapel and had different images of Pope Francis, the Pietà, so many things. And it was just beautiful. And it was really just like such a cool thing. And when would I think that I would ever see drones and Pharrell and John Legend in the same place? And Pope Leo? I don't know. Probably never. But honest to God, like, I think I knew that we said that because Pope Leo's American, we will never, like, Americans will never stop talking about it. And now that Pharrell has played at the Vatican, we'll never stop talking about it.
We will never stop. John Legend is also crazy. Like, that's so wild. It's just like wild to be like, oh, and he was there. And I saw my favorite thing I've seen in so long on Instagram, because what a dark place. But I saw someone post this video and be like, oh my gosh, Pope Leo's birthday party popped off, because his birthday was the day after this.
70.
And it obviously wasn't like him throwing himself a birthday party, but when you actually think about it, it is kind of funny timing. And if I were the Pope and they were like, hey, we're trying to find a day for this 80,000 person attended concert, we're going to bring some of the best musicians on earth in for it. When do you want to have it? I would be like, my birthday weekend, please.
I would also.
Respect. I know this was probably chosen behind or before. And honestly, God's plan. Because he deserved that for his birthday. And it should be an annual event. And I want to go.
He did deserve it, because I would also ask for Andrea Bocelli to come to my birthday party, as well as Voices of Fire. And if you have not, if you're listening and you're like, what the heck is Voices of Fire? So Pharrell did a song called, is it called Unspeakable? Let me check. And it is so good, y'all. Let me make sure Let me see if I have the right to play. Oh, yes, it's called Unspeakable. And then Joy is like the main of the song. And it is so good, you guys. And it's literally like praise and worship, so good, like Pharrellified, so good. So I saw videos of them
So good.
singing it in front, like in front of the Vatican, and it was just like the
That's
coolest thing
so
ever.
cool.
So you should Google that song, listen to it.
It's so cool.
We need some joy. The world is a little bit depressing. So I'm happy that this
A
happened.
little tough.
Just a little
Yeah,
tough.
it is
So this is great.
seriously so cool.
Yeah.
So
So this is
cool.
so
I
cool.
love it.
So shout out to
Yeah,
Pope
I love
Leo
it.
for being an American Pope that knows the word about musicians that these peeps are listening to. And he said, hey, if we're going to bring out anybody, we're going to bring out Clips, which is also this rap, the first rap duo to ever perform at the Vatican, which is a line that I fear that nobody has ever thought would be said. So really, there's just like a lot of good things happening, and we just kind of want to shine a light on it for our anti-depressing Catholic news. So
that's so
shout
good.
out.
I love at the end of this article, they talk about, because it does seem like, wow, there was just this huge concert, but like broader, this was like an event that was supposed to like do some real good. And it said the concert closed the conference, reaffirming the central role of fraternity as a universal value. In an age marked by division and polarization, the evening sought to bridge worlds, uniting religious celebration with the universal language of music. Chef's kiss. So good. So good. Beautiful. Beautiful to think about this. And to think about just the power of music and the power of people gathering together. So love. We'll be thinking about this for a hot minute, and concerts at the Vatican need to always happen. And I know some people were like, oh, this isn't what St. Peter's Square is for. And we get it. And we get it. But as someone, I don't agree. I think it was beautiful. I think so many people were there in this like beautifully sacred space being uplifted. And that's fine. They weren't inside the doors. They weren't in, like it's a square. Let them live.
Don't let Jasmyn pop off. Don't let Jasmyn pop off. But I digress.
Everyone has their thoughts,
You guys, it's music. And it was fun music, and it was fine. So God bless them. I'm glad that it was cool. It was music.
It's not like they were like, you know who we should have? Pitbull. You know what I mean? Like, be
and
serious,
even then,
it wasn't that
he would be like, where are you guys going? The hotel, motel, Holiday Inn in heaven? He would probably change the words. He'd probably be like, Mr. 305, ride till I die. The world might be hard. But if it's a little hard, you ain't breaking that for a Maybach. In hell? He would have had us thinking. So,
we would have been reflecting.
Meet me at the hotel room of good choices.
That's so true. Meet me there for Bible study. Yeah, he would have really had us thinking. You're right.
He would have really had us thinking. So don't even shade him. You don't even know what you're talking about. So, but I do love that. And I am grateful for Pope Leo, Pharrell, John Legend, Carol G, Andrea, and all the other baddies that performed for Pope Leo's early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for your
something that I would love to do is do a little jig before we chat.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If no one has noticed, I have a new mic, and I don't have our buttons.
Whoa.
So like God. I don't have the sounds anymore.
Wow.
So I fear, once upon a time though, we brought our song into here. Do you remember what it was called?
I think I remember a couple of the words. So
wait. No. We brought our dance song into this thing, into the media. I'm going to click a button. Let's see what happens. Are you ready? Can you hear it?
I cannot. I absolutely cannot.
Because it's not playing. Oh, wait, live. I'm going to click live, you guys. I don't know what this is.
Here we go. Wow. Thank you guys for being patient with us. We're so glad that worked. That was so great that worked. Praise God.
I'm so excited. Oh, and you better look out because I've got other buttons on here.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Jasmyn did it.
It's so loud. That goes on for 36 seconds.
I'm so glad. We should just let it play towards the end. Just clap for
This
ourselves.
is going to be so fun. Okay.
Yeah,
You
I
keep
love it.
talking, and I've got
No,
reactions to
she's
anything
got
you can throw my way.
reactions.
Okay.
So for our first story, we're going to talk about the Emmys that did happen last
Yeah.
week, a few days ago. It was an exciting time. Big winners for those that are Netflixians. Those that watch Adolescence, it was definitely a tough watch. But for those that watched it, they kind of swept the
Yeah.
entire Emmys. And what also won? The Pit, if those that have HBO Max. It
Okay.
is a medical drama. Is it as good as Grey's Anatomy? I dare say even better. I literally love that show. Every episode is one day at an emergency room.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then so every season is a week. It's it's like a great show. So it stars Noah Weil, who used to star in ER years ago. Shout out to our parents who watched that. And now he is like the chief medical doctor in the Pit. And so that won a few awards, his first Emmy, so exciting. What else won? Let's shout out a few more.
Yeah.
The Colbert
That's so
Show.
cool.
The Colbert Show won first
Oh.
Emmy. And especially in this strange time where Stephen Colbert Show was actually canceled, he won
Yeah.
his first Emmy. So he shouted out God, his fam, and his 200 employees that work with him. So the power of hard work and community. Let's see. Let's shout out one more. Late Show. Oh, you know what? Rather than a show, let's shout out an appearance. Gilmore Girls, Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel presented an award, and they presented the best writing, and they both still look iconic, have the same energy, presented on a fall porch, and everyone was emotional. So it was just so beautiful.
Sweet. I
And
love
then
that.
I do want to actually give a shout out to my girl from How I Met Your Mother, Kristen Milioti, who won for her role in The Penguin. If you have not watched The Penguin, it's on HBO Max. It is also kind of a tough watch. It's very intense, but it follows the Penguin character from DC Comics, from Batman. And it is really, really good. So intense. So yeah, so she won her first Emmy, and it was also so beautiful. But one thing that I do want to talk about though is Adolescence, that swept a lot of awards. If you have not watched it, totally cool. If this sounds like something that's not for you, so I'm about to tell you what it's about. It explores the societal roots of violence, like toxic masculinity, online radicalization. It's essentially following the story of this young boy who commits a heinous crime. And it kind of, rather than following the series through the crime he committed, it's more following like, why did he do it? What environment did he grow up in? What kind of prompted him to do this thing? So there was a big conversation after Adolescence won these awards of like, why did it win? And is that a nod to we should be having more conversations on healthy masculinity? A lot of the conversations, obviously, with Adolescence was about how the formation of young boys is critical to having them not get swept up in this kind of incel strange toxic masculinity culture. So I feel that it's awesome that we're talking about the good news of healthy masculinity, and I just kind of wanted to know from you, like, what are your thoughts on the whole healthy masculinity thing? What do you think that men and boys, adolescents, could benefit from that whole conversation?
Yeah, I love this. I have not seen the show,
I
but
fear
I love
that
that
you
it's
should
getting the
not watch it.
attention it needs. I would hate it
Yeah,
for
you should not. Yes.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no questions about it. It would be my nightmare.
Yeah.
But I am glad it's getting the attention it is, and I do love the like starting from childhood as a way to like understand someone's present day and how they present and how they act and think and live. Um, And the masculinity thing is endlessly fascinating. And I saw something just the other day that said like millennial dads change the most diapers of any generation. And
Word.
I thought that was such a good, to me, like reflection of the masculinity of the moment.
Mm,
In a way that is like hopeful a little bit.
mm,
And it doesn't
mhm,
always feel that way because I still think there's a lot of times where it's like there's this toxic masculinity around us. And there's a lot of guys who feel the pressure from their dads or from whoever to act a certain way. And I know that's culture to culture, it's city to city, it's town to town, it's state to state. Like masculinity requirements look
mm,
different for different men. But it's really cool to see so many hands-on dads and that will like actually question like, hey, what's like the mental load you're carrying in our home? Like
mm,
dads who've seen like some influencer or somebody be like, hey, you need to like share the mental load. And they're like, what even is the mental load? And then we'll
mm,
come home and be like, hey, do you have things in your brain that like I don't think of? And like, how can I take those more than just like, oh yeah, I'll do my couple things, I'll take out the trash, I'll whatever. But like, do you sit there and think like, okay, this person, it needs to like be like an example, my baby right now, like he's one, he needs to be weaned by the time that I go to NCYC. And so me and ChatGPT are planning are planning his weaning, but I'm constantly talking to my husband about like, okay, do you think this makes sense? Does this work? And we are like together talking about it and
mm,
working through it
mhm,
because it is so much mentally. And like, yes, it's me, my body, and the baby and what makes sense, but he's willing to like I am like, okay, I dropped my morning nursing, but now when I put him to bed, he's screaming at me. And so can you start putting him down for his morning nap? Because
mm,
it's going to work better if I'm just not in the room. He's like, yep. And then we'll be like, okay, I am putting him down for his morning nap. I noticed this. And he's like anticipating things about the baby as well. So it's not just
mm,
me noticing everything, anticipating everything. And so I do think there's like these hopeful moments, and it's not every man. And that's a note to you ladies out there that like,
mm,
one, if you're marrying someone young, they might not have been raised to think about everything. They might not have been. Like they might have grown up in a household where like men weren't expected to do the amount that you are hoping they will do. And
mm,
that doesn't mean they never will. And that's conversations you need to have. And you can get the tone from somebody of like, are you willing to do this? And you just have never been taught this. Or are you not willing to do this? Right? Like
mm,
you will understand. That's if you're marrying someone like very young. If you're marrying a man who is living on his own, who is a full adult, he is perfectly capable of coming into a marriage still doing an entire amount of work, of things around the home, like of being a positive figure in the home, but also having like a strong masculine energy. Like when my
mm,
kids are scared in the middle of the night, they don't come to me. Like they come to Steven. And it's a very interesting, like they want a hug from me, but if they're like scared something's in the house, they're like, where's dad? And it is like
mm,
an interesting, like, you don't have to throw it all out.
mm,
Like just because you're a dad who apologizes, who listens to people's feelings, who is attentive emotionally doesn't mean your kids are going to think like, "Oh, you're like maternal and weak and so I'm not going to come to you. I
uh,
don't think you're strong." Like that's not going to all get thrown out. And I think some men think that like if I'm not like tough with my kids, then they're not going to think I'm strong. They're not going to think I'm like a protector. And I actually don't think that's true at all. I think you can be gentle and loving and tender and emotional with your children and they still think could like save them from anything. Like I don't think
mm.
those are opposite of each other, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, and that is beautiful, and ladies, just like I mean, really, I don't even feel like there's more to be said, and that's it on that. Because at the
Yeah,
end of the day, you if you are looking for a dude, it's possible to find a good one.
it
If that's
is.
not what you're looking for, and you're just kind of, like, living your life, and you're just hoping that good men out there do exist for the sake of them just existing without you being in their presence for the rest of your life,
Mhm.
they also do exist,
They
and
also
there
do
is hope.
exist.
There's
There is
hope.
hope. There is hope.
There's hope.
You know what there isn't hope for?
What?
these celebrities that could not keep their speeches short to
Yeah.
donate money to the Boys and Girls Club. Can we
Yeah.
talk about this?
So let's talk about how that
Because
was kind of
I am,
crazy.
like, so angry about this.
So I thought, so Nate Bargatze, who was the host of the Emmys,
Who we
said
love.
that he will take away money from the Boys and Girls Club for everyone that went over their speech time.
Yes.
Now,
so essentially,
go
they
ahead.
were donating $100,000. NBC was. He said, like, and he announced this like days before the Emmys. Like, we're going to make an $100,000 donation for every second you go over 45 seconds. That's like the allotted time. Every second over, we're going to take $1,000 away. And at first people were like, that's kind of crazy. But then he was like, every second you go under, we're going to add $1,000. Okay. So if you're like a decent human being, unless you're planning to like, I'm going to donate $40,000, then you keep this under 5 seconds. Like, you walk up, you say, thank you, and that's it. Like, you don't need to. And in his like little bit about it, when he was introducing it, he's like, you don't need to thank your agent and your fifth agent. Like, just like wrap
just
it
say
up.
thanks. We get it.
Like, I know these people could just donate the money, but they're not saying that. I mean, people weren't, at least from what I heard in their speeches, being like, okay, I'm going to go 10 seconds over, but I'm donating $10,000. Like, people just spoke. And I also understand that, like, this is a huge night for you. You have worked so hard to get to this point, but like, you got the award. You got the award. Everybody clapped for you. I just couldn't understand how they couldn't just be like, thank you guys, good night. Whatever, you want to think like your dog. Okay, take your 10 seconds. Like, take 10 seconds, and you still donated $35,000 to the Boys and Girls Club.
I
Take
literally
40 seconds, and you've donated 5. It's bizarre.
It is bizarre.
It's
And
bizarre.
I was curious if that was legit, because I was like, there's no way during this time I was like, you're taking away money from a charity. I was like, they have to be joking. There has to be some sort of bank of money or something where they're just sending it anyway. But it was was so weird to me though when they just kept talking, because I was like, dude, as you're watching the money go down,
dude, it's like, shut up.
Like, shut up.
Like, are y'all serious? No, it's so crazy. And then they had to take away the like on-screen money amount because it got down to negative 60,000. So that's 160 seconds we went over. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then, like, Nate Bargatze at the end, final moments of the show, was like, the number, I'll be honest with you, it was embarrassing. He said, it went way down. I can't imagine ever doing this again. But he said that CBS was going to donate $100,000. He decided to personally give $250,000 of his own dollars. So they ended up donating $350,000. So thank God for Nate Bargatze, and only Nate Bargatze. And to every other celebrity in the crowd, I want to see a picture of the check you wrote. I want to see it, or that's it for me and you. That's so crazy.
It is so crazy. And
you
honestly,
didn't even have to give any of your own money. You just had to be a little quieter.
You just had to be a little quieter. And thank you to your agents, and thank you to your agents' agents, and everyone else that was your agent. And honestly, I don't know. The Emmys, I know that we've made jokes about award shows just right now, and it was giving a little bit. What is that city in the, what is it, District 12? It was giving a little bit. Watching it, like watching the people on the a red carpet, and I'm like sitting at home trying to think about what I could meal prep with one rotisserie chicken for 4 days. And I'm just thinking to myself, so in that way, if you're someone listening and you're like, I could give a crap about the Emmys, totally get it. Totally get it.
You know what's even crazier, Chenele, is that there were kids who rely on the Boys and Girls Club for mentorship, for meals after school, for childcare in the summer, who were watching this show at home and watching these celebrities not care enough about them, just to stop talking.
Yeah.
And just watching money go down and down and down and down.
And then at the end be like, JK, JK. So honestly, it was
And
giving a
then Nate
little bit.
Bargatze hey, I'm gonna have to give the money. Like, I genuinely think they came up with the idea as like, oh, this is such a creative way to get celebrities to give shorter speeches. We're always
Yeah,
cutting them off. It feels rude. So why don't we motivate them with like, we could give this huge donation. I think
because
it was
they'll
intentionally
obviously
supposed to
stop.
be motivated
Yeah,
because any sane person would stop. And they didn't. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's so sad to watch. So
it
sad to
was sad to
watch.
watch. So that part, you guys, of the Emmys was giving definitely downer and giving
Giving
definitely Hunger
sad.
Games.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for the next award show where I'm also sitting in my house. And then in that moment, I'll be trying to figure out how to meal prep with the 3 pieces of salmon left in my freezer. So we're all just here for the good times. And we're here to guess how much money those gowns cost. Beautiful gowns.
Yep.
Um, Speaking
Beautiful.
of celebrities in celebrity culture, because that's what we're about, pop culture here. For our last story, we're going to talk about
Truth.
the Bieber family. They came out, or not came out, but
Yes.
released their house rules, their family rules, to mark their seventh
Mm-hmm.
wedding anniversary. And people are loving it. People love insights into celebrity life. So
Yeah.
here are the 10 Bieber family rules. We value rest as worship. Into that. We value longevity and a sustainable
Mm-hmm.
pace of life. We value quality and
Okay.
excellence of production. We value
Mm-hmm.
innovation and moving the human experience forward. We value health and physical wellness as an act of stewardship. We value sustainability and creating products that serve humanity. We value servanthood and making people feel like they can fly. We value generosity and graciously giving time, money, and respect to people on our path. We value life as a gift and practice daily gratitude for the day that has been given to us. We value human beings and believe in their dignity and eternal worth.
Mm.
Whoa. And
What are your
honestly,
initial thoughts about this insight into the Bieber life?
my initial thoughts are those are, I mean, that's a pretty all encompassing family rule list. It's like they
Yeah.
kind of covered every single thing: people,
Mm-hmm.
resources, like environment. They covered everything. So, I mean, I think it's pretty
Yep.
dope. I think it's cool that they gave us
Yep.
that insight into like what they believe as a family. I think it kind of
Yeah.
humanized them a little bit, because sometimes it's like they go to work, they come home, like we don't really know what happens at home. They have like a whole child. We're just kind of guesstimating on like their mental, emotional wellness every day, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool to see like, okay, I guess this is what drives these people. So that was like
Yeah.
kind of cool to see. And I did appreciate that, like, okay, they have a conscience and they seem to care.
Yeah.
They seem to care
Yep.
about people and things and their environment. So I was kind of into that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, there's been a lot of controversy about them as a family. And
Mm-hmm.
so it is kind of nice to see like something that's them together, like the Bieber family. Like, oh yeah, you are a family.
You are a
It really
family.
seems
Yeah.
like you're pitted against each other sometimes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's cool, and I like this list. I like the idea of having a family like set of values, having a set of things that you're like, this is who we are and this is what we stand for. Like I like that a lot. I saw something the other day where a family like calls themselves like team whatever. So we would be like team show bear.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're comparing yourself to another family, it's like, oh well, that's just not how we do it on like our team, like on Team Show Bear. Like
Mm-hmm.
all teams are different, like things are different. Or like if your kids ask you questions about that. But I like the idea of like we're a team, we're a unit. This is how things go. These are the things that are important to us. And that's cool. And ideally, like when they're
That's cool.
raising their children, this is like what their children know to be true about them and like their core values. So I think it's important. It definitely makes them seem more like, oh, you guys are like real people who actually like live life together and spend time thinking about your family and your family unit and what that looks like, which is nice.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to shout out two of my favorites on here. We value rest as worship. Everyone out there, if you're
Amen.
listening and you're tired, go to sleep. you can take a nap. You
Just
can
take a
afford it.
nap. Mhm.
You can take a nap. You can close your eyes. I promise you, you can take a nap and close your eyes. The second one that I do love, we value human beings and believe in their dignity and eternal worth. Word. There is really like, I mean, that's deep tracks. We got to love other
Facts.
people.
Mhm.
We started with human
Yeah.
fraternity. We're ending with human fraternity. We got to love our brothers and sisters. It's a full
We gotta
circle
do it.
there. So those are some of my favorites. I do thank the Bieber family because there are a lot of things happening in this world and it can be quite depressing. But thankfully,
We're not.
thankfully.
And neither are the
So,
Biebers, apparently.
and neither are the Biebers. So thank you, Biebers. We love you, Biebers.
Thanks,
Oh,
Biebs.
also last
Believers.
final,
Yes.
I do want to shout out one special group of people before we conclude today's episode, because this is the last time that I will mention this specific group. I do
Is
really,
it?
really, really want to shout out my bullies, because Cracker Barrel has officially announced that not only did they roll back their logo design, but
Yeah.
all restaurants that have been transformed into this new age McCafe style restaurant are being returned back to their original form. So I do
But they're
want to
not
shout
just
out.
not doing construction on the other
They
ones.
are
They're
returning them
stopping it
back to
all.
their original form. So I do want to shout out bullies. Thank you, bullies.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your
So
service.
we dedicate this show to you guys. We love y'all. Thank you, bullies.
Love you. Bye.
Good night.